phone flashbang.
This radical mathematical morning will start with breaking news with me, Fergie Bartholomew, and my partner, Esther Lowell.
Today's breaking news includes using point-slope formula, and parallel and perpendicular lines.
The slope formula includes y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 equals m.
For example, if you have the points 7, 8, and 4, negative 1, that gets you negative 1 minus 8 over 4 minus 7. First, you do negative 1 minus 8, which gets you negative 9, and you do 4 minus 7, which gets you negative 3. That gets you negative 9 divided by negative 3, and which turns into 2.
Another example could be negative 2, negative 1, and negative 4, negative 7, which gets you negative 7 plus 1 divided by negative 4 plus 2. First, you do negative 7 plus 1, which gets you negative 6. Then you would do negative 4 plus 2, which gets you negative 2. Then you would put negative 6 over 2, which is equal to 3 over 1, or 3.
The next topic of our breaking news segment is point-slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1.
For example, if you have the points negative 3, 7, and 1, negative 1, first you would use the slope formula. Negative 1 minus 7 over 1 plus 3 equals negative 2. Now you have your slope. Next you're going to do point slope formula. Y minus 7 equals negative 2 times x plus 3. You start by doing distributive property and do negative 2 times x and 3. You would get y minus 7 plus negative 2x minus 6. So you would reverse operation and add 7 to 6 and get your answer of y equals negative 2 plus 1.
Another example could be 2 and 1 and negative 4 and 11. First, you would do the slope formula, which is 11 plus 1 divided by negative 4 minus 2 equals 2. Now that you have your slope, you would do point slope formula. Y plus 1 equals negative 2 times x plus 2. You got to start by doing distributive property and then do negative 2 times x and positive 2. After distributive property, you get y plus 1 equals negative 2x minus 4. Then you do reverse operation and subtract negative 1 and negative 4. And after this step, you should get y equals negative 2x minus 5.
Next part of breaking news includes parallel and perpendicular lines.
Parallel lines are lines that have the same slope. For example, y equals 1/2 x minus 3 and y equals 1/2 x minus 8. They're parallel lines, and the only thing that determines that a line is parallel is because they have equal slopes.
Perpendicular lines are lines that have opposite slopes. This includes making it negative or positive and proving reciprocals. For example, y equals negative 3 over 4x plus 4, and y equals 4 over 3x plus 9 are perpendicular lines. If the slopes are not perpendicular or parallel, then you would classify the lines as neither.
The first way to find parallel and perpendicular lines... Oh, shoot, I lost it. The first way to find parallel and perpendicular lines is when you have two line segments with different ordered pairs. And this is the easiest way to solve parallel and perpendicular lines, as the only formula you need is a slope formula. For example, the line AB is formed by the ordered pairs negative 2, 3, and 2, 6. The line segment CD is formed by the ordered pairs negative 1, 0, and 3, 3. With these ordered pairs, we can plug in the slope formula for line segment AB. You would do 6 minus 3 over 2 plus 2. You start by doing 6 minus 3, which would get you 3, and then you do 2 plus 2, which equals 4. These two numbers, you get your slope of 3 over 4. To find the slope of the line segment CD, you need to solve the equation 3 minus 0 over 3 plus 1. You start by doing 3 minus 0, which gets you 3, and then you do 3 plus 1, which equals 4. Using the two numbers you got, you will find your slope of 3/4. Both line segments have the same slope of 3/4, making the line segments parallel.
The next way to figure out parallel versus perpendicular lines is to use two different slope equations. The first thing you do is simplify the equations and then see whether they have the same slope or completely opposite. For example, if you have 3x minus y equals 2 and 12x minus 4y equals 4, you have to subtract 3x from each side to get negative y equals negative 3x plus 2. Then divide by negative 1 to get y by itself. Then you have y equals 3x minus 2. For the second one, you should subtract 12x from both sides to get negative 4y equals negative 12 minus 1. Then divide by negative 4, so you have y equals 3x plus 4. And the slopes are the same, so it's parallel.
Go.
The last way you use parallel and perpendicular lines is when you have two equations, and you will have to find them and make slopes parallel or perpendicular. You will know if you're trying to find a parallel or perpendicular line. If you have a problem such as negative 5, negative 1 equals, with a slope of 2y equals 2x minus 4, you would start with the equation to simplify the slope, so you would do 2y equals 2x minus 4. First, you do standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. This equation already solved the first step, so all you have to do is 2y divided by 2x and 2 divided by 4. And after dividing them, you'd get y equals 2 over 2 minus 2, which simplifies to y equals 1x minus 2. And then you get a slope of 1. Like I previously stated, the lines are parallel, making the slope the same. If the lines are perpendicular, when you find your original slope, you have to flip the reciprocal and switch the operation, depending on whether it's negative or positive. Now that you have your slope, you will plug in your point slope formula, which is y plus 1 equals y times 1x plus 5. Then you distribute the property and multiply 1 by x and 1 by 5, getting you y plus 1 equals 1x plus 5. Then you reverse the operation and subtract 1 by 5 to get an answer of y equals 1x plus 5. Y equals 1x plus 5 and y equals 1x minus 2 have the same slope, making these two slopes parallel, which means your answer is correct.
We will now be moving outside to our outside man outside named Jimothy Passion.
The first type is slope intercept. For example, if Bill is going to Cedar Point this weekend, the admission to the park is $5 and the cost per ride is 50 cents. If his parents gave him $20, write and solve the linear equation to find how many rides he can go on. The formula we will be using is the slope-intercept formula, y equals mx plus b. Using the word problem above and keywords such as per, I can find the slope, or m, is 50 cents, and b, or admission cost, is $5. Our formula is now y equals 50 cents plus 5. Now we have a missing number, 20. We are trying to find how many rides, not the amount of money. Therefore, $20 is our amount of money, making $20 our y, because 50 cents x plus 5 equals y.
The second type is standard form. For example, Joe ordered 2 tacos and 3 burritos from the concession stand at a basketball game. His bill came out to $19.05. If tacos cost $5.25 each, write and solve linear equations to find the cost of each burrito. The formula that I will be using is standard form, ax plus by equals c. Using the word problem above, we know that it's standard form because there's 2 different objects or things. First, we have to make our equation. We can make x are tacos and y are burritos. We have 2 tacos and 3 burritos. All of these equal a cost of $19.05. Making our equation 2x plus 3y equals 1905. We know how much each taco costs because we replace x with $5.25 and we do 2 times $5.25, getting yourself $10.50. Our equation now changes to $10.50 plus 3y equals $19.05. Next, you do $19.05 minus $10.50, which equals $8.55. Then you do 3 divided by $8.55, getting you $2.85, making y equal $2.85, making each burrito cost $2.85. The third type is point and slope. An example of a problem could be at Grimace Street. It costs $12 per hour to rent a broomstick. But Virginia's gang went to rent a broomstick for 4 hours. It cost $68. how much does it cost to rent a broomstick for 7 hours? To solve this problem, you would find the slope, m, which is 12 because it costs $12. Then find the points, which are 4, and 68 because of the total amount he paid and the total amount of time he rented. You then have to plug this into slope formula, which becomes point slope formula. Into point slope formula, which becomes y minus 68 equals 12 in parentheses x minus 4. Once you distribute, it turns into y minus 68 equals 12x minus 48. Then add 68 to both sides, and you get y equals 12x plus 20. Then you have to multiply 20 by 7 to find how much it costs for 7 hours. And you get y equals 84 plus 20, which is 104. So it costs $104 to rent a broomstick for 7 hours. The last type is 2-point word problems. For example, to wash paint dry at Skibidi Town for 15 minutes, it costs $4.05. For 40 minutes, it costs $5.80. How much does it cost to wash paint dry for 1 hour? The first step is to take both y values and x values and put them into the slope formula, like this. Solving the problem, 5.80 minus 4.05 over 40 minus 15. This will give you the slope needed to convert this point to point slope formula. You should get a slope of 7 over 100 or 0.07, which gets you y minus 4.05 equals 0.07x minus 1.05. Then add 4.05 to both sides, which ends you with y equals 0.07x plus 3. Then you have to find y. And then you have to find y equals 0.0760, because it's a 1 hour. We're converting it to minutes. So you do 0.07 times 60, because it's 60 minutes in an hour, plus 3. This comes out to be $7.20. This means for 1 hour, it costs $7.20 to wash paint dry.
In Skibidi Town.
Thanks for being
watching
here for
Slope News.
We really appreciate your
Bye.
time. Goodbye, and have a nice day.
The Q1. Just hold it. What do y'all hold it?
Alright, hold up.
No, what do y'all hold the camera?
Stop screaming at me.
Look. Hold a camera and hold a Chromebook.
Not me. Him.
Look at me. Go.
Lucas, you're supposed to start.